International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future, a hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUF for life. We are IUF.
Good evening and welcome to Today on One. I am Isai Sipunga. In the news tonight, Namibian government decides how to spend genocide money. Faith-based organizations' involvement needed to increase vaccine rollout. Government responds to Namibia-Botswana boundary treaty allegations. Nampol engages business owners in remote areas in Hardup. And Roundup, Comments Corner, Business on One, Sports and Weather. Now for the news in detail. The Namibian government has finally pronounced itself regarding the Ovaherero and Nama reparation deal with the German government for atrocities committed during the 1904-1908 genocide. Namibian Vice President Nangolo Mbumba briefed the nation on the outcome of the deal and the outline of how the government plans to use the money to assist the affected communities. Leston Voller has this report.
50 million euros will be dedicated to the project of reconciliation, remembrance, research and education. The allocation of funds will be as follows. I think these figures are no longer new, they are known to you. 50 million euros for reconciliation, 130 million euros for renewable energy or for energy, 150 million euros for vocational training and vocational education, 100 million euro for rural roads, 130 million euro for rural water supply and sanitation, 540 million euro for land acquisition and training, thus making the total of 1.1 billion euro for a period of 30 years.
Mbumba added that the money will be deposited in a separate fund and it will not be included in the national budget.
The money will be deposited in a fund that is separate and outside the government of the Republic of Namibia's national budget. To those who are alleging that the amounts will be used for other government programs and activities, we wish to reassure them that this will not happen. Our government processes are transparent and the amounts allocated to the affected communities will be solely dedicated to the implementation of the agreement. The governance of the fund will be trilateral, composed of representatives from both governments and the affected communities.
Mbumba stated that the German government will recognize the activities of 1904 to 1908 as genocide and will apologize for all of the killings.
Acknowledgement of genocide. The German government has finally agreed that the mass killings of the Ovaherero and Nama communities, the seizure of their land, livestock and cultural artifacts by German imperial troops in Namibia between 1904-1908 constitute and fit the definition of genocide as prescribed in the UN Convention on Punishment of Crime of Genocide of 1948. Apology. The German government has agreed to render an unconditional apology to the affected communities and the government of the Republic of Namibia for the genocide. The apology will be delivered by the German President, by the President of the Federal Republic of Germany in the National Assembly of Namibia on a date to be agreed upon between the two governments.
Mbumba promised the affected communities that they will be consulted and that Parliament must still view the matter before it's finalized.
Hello Namibia, we are in this fight against COVID-19 together. Ons is saam. I chose to get the COVID-19 vaccine as soon as it was available because as a nurse, the lives of my patients, family and the community are so important to me. Taking the vaccine gives us a stronger chance to beat COVID-19 together.
Learn more about the vaccine. Make an informed decision. Choose to vaccinate. Protect tomorrow.
63% of Namibians believe that prayer is more effective than a vaccine would be in preventing COVID-19 infection. This is according to the latest telephone survey findings conducted by Afrobarometer on public attitudes and behavior with respect to their views on COVID-19. Hendrina Kanyolo has more.
At the point, like speaking from a medical student point of view, I would say we can't depend on prayers at the moment. It's here, it's with us at the moment. I think it's rather best if the nation settled taking the vaccine. In my opinion, I think we should get vaccinated. But then again come stories, especially when you're looking at our Namibian status at the moment. You know, not only healthy people can be vaccinated. We might get into a situation where some people are not tested and they end up being vaccinated, which could also pose a traumatic, like a devastating issue to people's health.
The vaccine does help. I myself actually got vaccinated, so it doesn't really like going to cure you or whether like it's just going to prolong you or prevent you from getting the virus. But it's not a good thing.
A snake bite. If your immune system is weak, it will kill you immediately. But if your immune system is strong, then it will not kill you as fast as someone who's healthy. So it's the same.
I would say just stay healthy and eat healthy food. I'm out, in the sunshine, and I get a lot of exercise, as you can see. So stay healthy that way and strong, and my body resists the viruses, so I can handle it.
2/3 of citizens do not trust the government to ensure that any COVID-19 vaccine that is developed or offered to Namibians is safe, while half of the Namibians say they are unlikely to try to get vaccinated even if the government says the vaccine is safe.
About 2/3 of Namibians believe prayer is more efficient than a vaccine in preventing COVID-19, and fewer than half of Namibians say they are likely to get vaccinated. So I think this, for us, is the core of what we wanted, the message that we wanted to bring across, is we're standing at a crossroads, and with the vaccine rollout being what it is, there's still a hard road ahead. I think trust is a big issue, and maybe it's time for us to start focusing on building that trust in the vaccines. I think trust in government is the product of years of losing trust in government, as we've showed in previous Afrobarometer surveys. The nature of trust, political trust, is changing. People are becoming much more skeptical. The number of skeptics is on the increase, the number of cynics is on the increase, and the number of trusters is on the decrease. So it seems as if government's got problems convincing people that the vaccine is safe. People don't trust the manufacturers or that the safe vaccine would actually be released. And then I think, the issue of prayer, science versus religion, points to the fact that there's a lot of room for faith-based organizations to join the vaccine battle. But trust is a key issue. We need to find ways to convince people that the vaccines are safe. And that means that the disinformation campaign, especially on social media, has been far more effective than the information campaign. The argument that you'll get sterile or that your DNA would be rewritten or all those kinds of arguments.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health and Social Services strongly advises members of the public on the importance of adhering to COVID-19 regulations, which include correct and consistent wearing of masks, frequent washing of hands with soap and water or an alcoholic-based hand rub, and observe social distancing at all times and avoiding unnecessary travels and gatherings. The ministry further urges everyone to get vaccinated as it prevents infection, hospitalization, and deaths.
We can't wait to be together again. But until then, let's stay safe.
Win free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
The government, through the Ministries of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform and of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, recently released a public statement responding to the alleged lack of consultation before the conclusion of the Boundary Treaty of February 2018 between the Namibian government and the government of Botswana. Selma Tapopi has this report.
In response to the border treaty concerns, where it's being alleged that consultations were not done in the boundary treaty between Namibia and Botswana, the Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security clarified that the process was transparent and public, noting that no changes were made to the boundary and that the Treaty of 2018 only recognized survey work done over time and consolidated it into one document.
When we were doing that boundary, indeed we established that there are activities. Some Namibians, also their cattle, graze on the Botswana side. And sometimes the Botswana cattle graze on the Namibian side. Even farming activities, you find that, particularly near the area of Lake Riambezi there. One field will start in Namibia, end up in Botswana, and vice versa. And these are the communities. And they are right. They are communities who have been doing so since time immemorial, because they are same families. Only that the colonial boundary, the one which divided them, just like in other African boundaries, divided them. But these activities were there before even 1893. And that's what we recommended in terms of recommending to the two governments. The Joint Commission report was submitted to the presidents of the two countries in 2002, 2002, that is, at Ngoma. Some of you know where Ngoma is. A border crossing area between Namibia and Botswana, in Namibia. That government is situated in Namibia. Again, the traditional authorities attended the occasion of the submission. It was not a secret. And if you go back, even to your newspapers, you will see that you captured that event in your print media. It was a public affair with the presence of the media from both Namibia and Botswana. At the occasion, 7 volumes of the report were submitted to the President of Namibia and Botswana.
Kawana further notes that the process was in compliance with the Namibian Constitution, adding that the National Assembly on Tuesday, 12 June 2018, unanimously agreed to the ratification of the Boundary Treaty, further stressing that the treaty entered into by Namibia and Botswana was no secret.
Nothing was done. Nothing was changed. And the Surveyor General will have amplified here. No boundary was changed. Because, as I said, 1st July 1890, it was just a mere delimitation of that boundary. In terms of Article 3, Sub 2 of the Anglo-German Agreement of 1st July 1890. And that agreement starts with the mouth of the Orange River, going all the way with South Africa, midstream somewhere there to the eastern part of our country. It's now the boundary with the Botswana, and that was the work that was done 2014, 2017, all the way up to 18th parallel. From 18th parallel, that boundary joins the main channel of the Chobe River. That was the name that was given that time in 1890. But today we say Kwando Linyanti Chobe River to its confluence with the Zambezi in the island called Kakumba Island that I have alluded. From the beginning to the end, the process was transparent and in line with the letter and spirit of the Namibian Constitution. There is no such thing as a secret treaty that was entered into by the Namibian government with the government of Botswana.
Kawana also adds that prior to the conclusion of the treaty, the two governments entered into an agreement regarding the establishment and terms of reference of the Joint Commission of Technical Experts on the delimitation and demarcation of the boundary between Botswana and Namibia along the Kwando, Linyanti, Chobe River, signed by contracting parties on 24 November 1999.
The Namibian police force paid a visit to the furthest area of the hard-up region where its police station is located. At the occasion, they engaged business owners and community members at Sesrim, where only 3 crimes were reported since the beginning of the year. Joseph Shifeni has this report.
The Sesrim police station is situated on the fringes of the Namib Desert, which is a tourism hotspot. According to the station commander, only 3 cases were reported since the beginning of the year. The Namibian police force, led by the Deputy Inspector General for Operations, senior officers from the Khomas and Hardap regions engaged the community on issues pertaining to law and order in efforts to strengthen relations and cooperation. Despite the low crime rate, there were several matters of concern raised at the 2 meetings. At the first gathering with the lodge owners, they complained of the fact that there are no vehicles for the officers and habitual offenders for poaching only getting a fine of just 3,000 Namibia dollars.
From a landscape perspective, we did try and sort of look into that and see how we could help. But now what's happened is our police reservists and the lodges within the area, and particularly Karl Heinz and immediate neighbors, are often called to assist. And so if perhaps speaking to the transport issue, it's vital that they're able to move and be mobile.
They got away with a small fine. It was $3,000. Yes. The damage that they caused and the policing costs that they caused is $30,000. Yes. So that is a very simple calculation, and nobody here in this room understands why it is.
The regional commander of Hardap confirmed that they are having a challenge when it comes to transport and that the two vehicles are currently being repaired but will be available soon.
Yes, I should also confirm that we are experiencing challenges of vehicle transport here and there. But for now, it's only Sesrim police station that does not have a single vehicle. Other police stations, if they do not have transport, they will have a single vehicle. Malta here had no transport. I should put it this way. For the past 5 years, the police did not buy vehicles that should have been supplied to the police station. We were warned beforehand that we should look at the resources or take care of the resources that are at our disposal.
The Deputy Inspector General responded on the issue of habitual offenders, stating that more needs to be done from the side of the law enforcement.
We don't want it to interfere with the independence of the judiciary. We don't want to interfere with that. But I think from the law enforcement, the police, as the first leg of the criminal system, they have a duty to do. Because at the end of the day, if we arrest people and we arrest again, and these people are charged, and we have got to prima facie cases against them, we need to put up a very strong case. That we need to go to court and convince the court why the person should get bail. Right? Especially on a bail, it's the police that need to do more.
At the second meeting, one resident inquired on whether they can settle fines in other jurisdictions, while a reservist said that they want to be included in police operations in the area.
Are they only allowed to pay for that fine in this vicinity, let me say in this region, or they can pay for the fine maybe in, let me say a person is from the north, and they say, no, you are issuing me a fine right now, but I'm traveling back to the north, and the next time I come here.
Most of the public, if they come in contact with us, they want to know, who are you, what are you working for, what are you trying to do, are you spying on us and stuff like that. So it will be possible in certain operations for the police to include in the areas where they are, the watches and neighborhood watch, so that the public in general can be filled in what the neighborhood watch or farmers watches are all about.
The Khomas regional commander noted that fines should be paid at the nearest police station and that the community should join hands in combating crime, as such efforts will safeguard jobs.
For us to have work, if I can talk about Sesrim in this area, is for the tourists must come in. And the only way that they come in is one of the requirements is they want to feel safe in Namibia. If they are not safe, they will not come to these lodges, and there will be no employment if they are not safe. So it is all of us responsibility to make sure that we're preaching safety, we are preaching security, we are preaching job security.
After the engagement, the law enforcement also took a tour of the local area and familiarized themselves with some of the sites that attract Namibians as well as travelers from across the globe.
Enjoy these fantastic payday savings at Clicks until 8 June. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper 18 rolls, $89.99 per pack. Buy Nivea body cream or lotion 400 mils, 2 for $82. And buy Protect soap 150 or 200 grams, 3 for $33. Or buy Handy Andy cream 750 mils, 2 for $46. Clicks, feel good, pay less.
Got denim for the whole family at unbeatable prices. Like for babies, only $59.99. For girls at $69.99. Men's only $169.99. And ladies, just $119.99. That's lower than last year's price. Get more deals on denim in store. Life's better with Pep.
In other leading stories, over the past 7 years, the US government has supported close to 60,000 Namibian orphans and vulnerable children affected by HIV with services to live healthy, save lives and to stay in school. Recently, at a ceremony at Otapi in the Omusati region, the US President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, outlined the expansion of the support from 14 to 18 districts in 8 regions, adding 20,000 new beneficiaries so far this year. The project focuses on mitigating the impact of HIV on at-risk populations such as OVC and their caregivers, adolescent girls and young women, as well as key populations. The services provided include HIV risk assessment, prevention of HIV and sexual violence skills training, sexual reproductive health education, socio-economic and psychosocial services, parenting skills training, as well as referrals for education, civil, legal and social protection. The program is implemented by Project Hope Namibia through the United States Agency for International Development. The 4 new expansion districts are Okongo in the Ohangwena region and Otapi, Okahau and Tsandi in Omusati region. The expansion will provide full coverage to all districts in the Ohangwena and Omusati regions. Since the inception of the program in 2013, more than 59,000 orphans and vulnerable children have received support services and an estimated 278,000 OVC were registered for government-funded social grants with the Ministry of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare. These cash transfers help the family and the child meet their daily expenses, including food, school supplies and clothing. And the 2021 Karatura Fashion Week Awards, which will take place on the 28th of August this year at the Franco-Namibian Cultural Centre in Windhoek, was launched recently. The Karatura Fashion Week is a Namibian fashion platform with international aspirations that aims to promote Namibian designers and give an opportunity to emerging fashion designers and models from all 14 regions of the country a chance to showcase and receive the necessary exposure which can help in catapulting them into a bigger market. This platform is aimed at uniting the diverse cultures, ethnicities and traditions of Namibia through the art of fashion and bringing global fashion to the people. Categories for this year include, amongst others, Designer of the Year, Media House of the Year, Social Media Influencer of the Year and Child Model of the Year.
We can't wait to be together again. But until then, let's stay safe.
What's up, world? This is Shay, the goddess of the airwaves, on 99 FM, Monday to Friday, serving you breakfast on the ignition between 6 and 9. We brought you to be inspired, taking you to master your destiny. Now it's time to do the work.
Just show up.
Put on your work boots and do the time.
Make it, and then make it better.
Hello world, it's your boy Script here on The Kingdom, where we're reminding you every single day.
Get up. You've got this. Start where you are.
Hey, this is your girl Treza on Hitsville on 99 FM, letting you know it's okay.
Try. Make mistakes.
Ask.
I am Facebo and I'm going to be with you for quite a while. Thank you so much for joining us here on your inspiration station, where we let you know
there's no easy money, there's no easy job, there's no easy life.
99 FM. Do the work.
Are you a CMS member?
With HospiCash 100, you can get up to 100,000 Namibian dollars cover with a 30,000 limit per event from as little as 100 Namibian dollars a month. We understand that being in hospital can be stressful. That is why with HospiCash 100, you can cover your non-medical expenses by receiving cash payouts when you are in hospital, so you can recover stress-free. Interested? SMS your name and HospiCash to 555 and we will call you back.
Joseph Shifeni is standing by for today's Business on One and Economic Indicators.
Welcome to Business on One. I'm Joseph Shifeni. The Namibia Power Parastatal NamPower, through its corporate social responsibility, embarked on a project that will bring electricity to 1,000 households in the informal settlements of Windhoek. The managing director said the initiative will cost over $20 million, making it the largest amount ever spent on the community by the entity and one that will create jobs for locals. The NamPower Peri-Urban Electrification Project is a partnership between the power entity and the city of Windhoek that will bring electricity to 10 settlements around the city. Through its foundation, NamPower has invested over $50 million on initiatives that uplift livelihoods around the country.
Although NamPower's focus has been the electrification of rural areas, NamPower deemed it prudent to partner with the city of Windhoek to assist in the electrification of these areas as part of our corporate social responsibility initiative. This partnership between NamPower and the city of Windhoek is a collaboration in true spirit for community development. The scope of works for the electrification of 1,000 households included the construction of medium to low voltage networks, installation of street lights and individual household connections, including DB boards and the prepaid meters. It makes me happy to know that this electrification project generated a number of jobs to previously disadvantaged Namibians. Indeed, we joined hands in strengthening government initiatives to promote the creation of much-needed employment, skills transfer, and skills development throughout the country. Director of Ceremonies, NamPower steadfastly operates by its ethos of being a responsible corporate citizen. The company has, since its inception, intentionally made significant impact to the development of the country beyond only providing electricity. Additionally, since the establishment of the foundation, NamPower Foundation, NamPower has invested more than $50 million Namibia dollars in its corporate social responsibility initiatives.
The parastatal will hand over the electricity infrastructure to the city of Windhoek as approved by the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development. At the occasion, the Mayor Job Amupanda expressed appreciation for the gesture and mentioned that the Municipal Council intends to embark on sustainable housing initiatives that will introduce a housing levy on building materials to be charged nationwide.
But we accept that housing is a serious problem in our country, so we strongly support the efforts of introducing a housing levy on all construction materials. If you are buying cement everywhere in the country, we'll take some amount there from cement. A door, put some amount there. Anything that you buy in construction, we put an amount there, just like what they do with airtime, and that money goes to the National Housing Fund. And then we know for sure that we will always have money for housing. So we strongly support that, Honorable Minister. We know you are a man of action, you want something practical, and we can tell you now that if we introduce such a levy, the NHE, that is a useless institution in the current format, that doesn't do anything practical, would be converted into a useful institution. You would be able to have an institution with billions and millions and direct them and say, I want you now to build 100 houses in Ochiwarongo. I want you now to build this number of houses. We're not saying the money must come to the municipality, because we know the city of Windhoek, we can sort out our problems, but there are more problems all over.
A study conducted by the Electricity Control Board in 2015 revealed that there are more than 70,000 peri-urban housing structures within the boundaries of municipalities in Namibia. The study also showed that the majority of inhabitants did not benefit from the rural electrification program. That's all we have for you. Join us again next time for another edition of Business on One.
My brother, if she say no, she means no. Let's speak out against gender-based violence. Together, we can make Namibia a safer place for everyone. My Namibia, my country, my pride.
Now we'll look at Comments Corner, your daily dose of comments from the hottest social media pages. The Namibia Students Financial Assistance Fund has acknowledged that there is a delay in the release of the Student Loan Award list for 2021. According to NSFAF, the delay is attributed to ongoing consultations with different stakeholders. The Student Union of Namibia is calling for the immediate release of the list, as some institutions of higher learning are refusing to allow students to write exams. Taleni says she was forced to pay for her cousin, who is an orphan, as he did not receive funding. Erki suggests that students be provided with bursaries and study loans. As part of the Enhancing Participatory Democracy program in Namibia, the delegation of the European Union to Namibia has pledged 6 million euros over a period of 5 years, aimed at strengthening the collaboration and coordination between the Parliament, civil society organizations and other government bodies in the oversight and implementation of public policies and programs. Salomo says that this is the reason why Africa won't develop. While Jacob says that 2 democratic elected members have been suspended, noting that Europe asks questions, they don't just give money. And that's all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day, only on Today on One.
Black and White Deo protects me and my favorite outfit. That's why I feel confident and free. With 5 times Deo Action formula, I stay fresh and protected for 48 hours, and my clothes stay stain-free. Try SA's #1 anti-stain Deo.
Hello Namibia, we are in this fight against COVID-19 together. Ons is saam. I chose to get the COVID-19 vaccine as soon as it was available because as a nurse, the lives of my patients, family and the community are so important to me. Taking the vaccine gives us a stronger chance to beat COVID-19 together.
Learn more about the vaccine. Make an informed decision. Choose to vaccinate. Protect tomorrow.
Chairo Musiandaka is standing by with today's sports update.
Welcome to Sports on One. I'm Chairo Musiandaka. The MTC Nesta Sunshine Boxing Academy stable held a final press conference to brief the media on how preparations for the champion and hot prospect Jeremiah Loki Nakathila went, as he prepares for his fight against United States of America's new kid Shakur Stevenson for the WBO World Interim Super Featherweight title in Las Vegas. Castro Lumbu has more on this story.
Veteran boxing promoter Nesta Tobias has labeled Nakathila's fight as one of the most important fights for his stable this year, calling it a great achievement and a chance for Loki to rise Namibia's flag high on the world stage.
I always say it can get bigger than this. This is the biggest stage, you know. When you fight in Las Vegas, that is the capital of world boxing. Everybody want to fight there. And no anyone can fight there. If you fight there, you must know you make it. So Loki, congratulations, my brother. So this is a good platform for Namibia to get on the world map. And Loki gonna do that. We're not just going to participate, we are going there to win. That's why we prepare so very well. And you can see we had our brother from South Africa, Jeff, to come and spar Loki, because we see his style, and he's also a southpaw like Stevenson. Yeah, so we can be ready for this fight. So we know it's not like a walk in the park. It's easy to say, but we know what we are facing. Like I say, we're not undermining nobody. Hopefully Stevenson not undermining us also, but if he do, then that's the biggest mistake of his life, because Loki is gonna go for his blood.
A confident Loki has only one loss in 22 fights and promised victory against American young prospect Olympic silver medalist Shakur Stevenson, as he warns him that no one is going to protect him in the ring, as seen on a recent YouTube show appearance of Shakur Stevenson hosted by legendary boxer Mike Tyson, where Tyson had praised him highly on the show, remarking that Shakur should retire if the Namibian lays a glove on him.
We are ready. It's time for Namibia to shine again. It's time for Africa to shine. I'm ready myself. We had a great camp, so you can't have better than this. So we are ready. We are ready for Shakur Stevenson. I'm ready to destroy him, and I got it all to do that. So come the 12th, gonna shine. Namibia gonna have a world champion again, and then that has been the road that we've been chasing. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. I think it came at the right time. This time is my time to shine. It's my prime time, and then I'm not gonna let any chance pass. This is my time. So, and this is the time Namibia to shine. So, with my team, Mr. Nesta here, have been keeping me safe in the camp, making sure every day I'm in the gym. It didn't put any fear in me. None of those, they are going to protect him when I'm going to destroy him. So, yeah.
Nakathila recently visited the founding father Dr. Sam Nujoma at his homestead, where he received blessings going into the fight against Shakur Stevenson. In his remarks, the founding father showed confidence in Nakathila, urging him to represent the country as the country is rallying behind him. Jeremiah Loki Nakathila will fly on the 4th of June 2021 to face Shakur Stevenson on the 12th of June 2021 in Las Vegas in the United States of America.
Tutulinyo Namibia mo world map.
That's all we have for you tonight. Join us again next week for Sports on One, and don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. Back to you, Isai.
Thanks, Chairo, for that update. Time now for the weather forecast.
First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. East wind conditions will prevail over the coastal areas with sandstorms at times. Please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior cool at first in the interior, otherwise sunny and mild to warm. A fresh to strong easterly wind will persist in the interior. The coast sunny and warm to hot with sandstorms at times, and the wind fresh to strong easterly. Now we look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
That's all we have for you. Don't forget to watch the repeat of Today on 1 at 9:30 this evening and the Omnibus on Saturdays. From me, Isai Sipunga, and the rest of the team, it's good night.
The International University of Management, a Namibian university dedicated to its people's future. A hub of abundant opportunities.
We are IUM for life. We are IUM.
Wash away the germs. Akili and Happy Hippo have come to play with Little Lion. Little Lion doesn't want to play. He's afraid of germs. Germs can make you sick. Don't worry, Little Lion. We will get rid of the bad germs and then you can play with us. They hunt for germs high and low, inside and outside. But the germs are nowhere to be found. What are you looking for? Asked Miss Shrub. We're looking for germs, says Akili. Germs? Germs are everywhere. They are so tiny that you can't see them with your eyes. When you touch something dirty, germs hide on your hands. With water and soap, you can get rid of the germs and make your hands clean. You must wash both sides of your hands, under your nails, and between your fingers. We will wash away the germs and make your hands clean. Akili, get fresh water. Happy Hippo, get soap. Wash, wash, wash with water. Scrub, scrub, scrub with soap. Rinse, rinse, rinse with water, and the germs will be gone. Akili and Happy Hippo run to tell Little Lion that they found a way to get rid of the germs. After we go to the toilet, after we sneeze, when we cook, and before we eat, we wash, wash, wash with water. We scrub, scrub, scrub with soap. We rinse, rinse, rinse with water. And the germs will be gone. Now we can play all day because we know how to keep the germs away. After all that playing, it's time for cake and tea. But remember to always wash your hands before you eat. The end.
Sicker than your favorite rapper. Many children not here a cafe no in paper. It's too much what's in the system, you gotta be scared. La police on the capo in me fetiango di toque. Capo ndala me tu yo koke. Capo itana tana wa pasoke. Apala. The uta. Chukum, 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 ganga, chukum, chukum.
V10 Countdown airs every Saturday at 1800 hours on One Africa TV. Vote for your favorite music video by SMSing the song's name followed by V10 to 10010. Make sure that you add a space between the song name and V10. For example, Omapenda Fule space V10. SMSs are charged at $3 Namibian. T's and C's apply.
Humanitarian crises are all too familiar to television viewers. Civil wars that cause huge movements of refugees, worldwide pandemics, and natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis. This is the way most of us are used to seeing these heart-wrenching events, on a screen in front of us, watching passively. But what if you could step into the frame and actually feel what it's like for the individuals on the ground?
People come out of it feeling enlightened and often moved and often ready to take action. A lot of people automatically say, well, what can I do? How can I get involved?
Garbo Aurora is leading a team at the United Nations who are using cutting-edge technology to raise awareness, empathy, and funds both to respond to humanitarian crises and to bolster support for a new set of sustainable development goals around the globe.
Virtual reality is the ability to really take part in a story that usually you're only a passive spectator on. And you actually get the sensation of feeling like you're being there.
By using multiple cameras that can record in all directions and software that can stitch the images together, virtual reality creates an experience that enables the viewer to see a movie from every angle, above, below, and behind.
It's exciting for the UN, to be involved in some of those early experiments of how we're trying to tell stories, make these films, and work with some of the most cutting-edge people in the industry on it.
So the UN reached out to us and connected, and we realized that there was a great opportunity here to tell some very important stories and to tell them in a way that we thought would be totally new and highly impactful. The way that I define virtual reality at this point in time is basically the hacking of your senses to convince you that you're somewhere other than where you are. Often, I think of it as a sense of vulnerability. So one of the things we've realized in some of our stories is you have a heightened sense of empathy and a heightened sense of connection as a result of that vulnerability.
That heightened sense of connection and empathy was exactly what Garbo Aurora was looking to create at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Not only to inspire leaders to take action, but also to influence donors to increase funding for disaster response efforts.
I'd started experimenting with using innovative ways of advocacy, and I started talking to a lot of different partners and people. What could we do that would be incredible? And someone said, I just came from a meeting at Samsung, and, with some of these other virtual reality headsets, wouldn't it be amazing if you got all of those elite people who could actually go to a refugee camp, or they could go to an Ebola clinic? I just really felt it would get our issues highlighted.
In addition to the screenings at Davos, virtual reality portals have been set up to view the films at high-level political forums around the world. The virtual reality film on display was Clouds Over Sidra.
Clouds Over Sidra is a short film in virtual reality about a girl named Sidra who lives in Zatari camp, which is a Syrian refugee camp in Jordan. And it is a story about a young girl who is giving you a tour of the camp, of what it's like, what her life is like. When the film debuted in Davos, it was a sensation to everyone we showed it to. They come out of it very deeply moved. I'd say half the people who watch Clouds Over Sidra cry. And then we cut a version for UNICEF for its face-to-face fundraisers. The way they do that is usually someone with a clipboard on the street in Europe or in different countries. So they thought, well, what if we got people to experience virtual reality on the street?
Quite sad. They don't have a good environment to stay. We try our best to help them.
Early reporting from UNICEF has shown that when using virtual reality, they've doubled the effectiveness of their fundraising efforts.
What's up, world? This is Shay, the goddess of the airwaves, on 99 FM, Monday to Friday, serving you breakfast on the ignition between 6 and 9. We brought you to be inspired, taking you to master your destiny. Now it's time to do the work.
Just show up. Put on your work boots and do the time.
Make it, and then make it better.
Hello, world. It's your boy Script here on The Kingdom, where we're reminding you every single day.
Get up. You've got this. Start where you are.
Hey, this is your girl Treza on Hitsville on 99 FM, letting you know it's okay.
Try.
Make mistakes.
Ask.
I am Facebo, and I'm going to be with you for quite a while. Thank you so much for joining us here on your inspiration station, where we let you know
there's no easy money, there's no easy job, there's no easy life.
99 FM. Do the work.